Hello everyone, this is Athreya and welcome to our channel CodeChef. Today we're going to be solving the problem what's in the name with the code Nikita, and the difficulty level of this problem is cakewalk. There are no such prerequisites required to solve this problem, so as usual, without any further ado, let's read the problem statement. Here Nikita was reading a history book and wanted to analyze it, so she asked her brother to create a list of names of the various famous personalities present in the book. Now Nikita has a list and her brother gave him the list. She was furious when she saw the list because the names were not properly formatted. So our goal is to format the list of words given to us. A name can have at most three parts: the first name, the middle name, and the last name. So it will have at least one part. The last name is always present. So the last name is always present no matter what, and these are optional. The rules of formatting are very simple. Only the first letter of each name should be capital. So the first letter should be capital. These are some rules given to us that we need to follow. The first letter should be in caps. All the parts of the name except the last part should be represented by two characters. The first character should be the first letter and the second character should be dot. So for example, here you have Gandhi and this G is capitalized to capital G here. Now you have a first name and a last name, Mahatma Gandhi. You have M and dot. These are the two characters used to represent the first name. The capital first letter plus a dot. Now for the last name, we already know that this G has to be capital. Now for Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, which is the third test case, it has to be M dot K dot Gandhi. Why this like this? Because here there's a first name, a middle name, and a last name. We already know that the first character of the last name should be capital. This should be capital, and then there should be a dot. This should be a capital and dot. Basically, the last name is the name that we completely represent, and the first and the middle name we represent them by initials. The first letter of the first name, if present, should be capital followed by a dot. The first letter of the middle name should be capital followed by a dot. That's it. We just need to follow these instructions. Let's look at a few sample cases. These are just exactly the sample case that we saw. Here we have only the last name and the first letter of the last name should be capital. Here what we saw was we know that there's a first name and a last name. So what we need to do is this M has to be capital and then there should be a dot and then there should be space and Gandhi here with G capital. Now you remember that this I is caps, but this I should be small here. That also you need to take care of. And then the next part is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, where you see this capital and all, this should not be there. So it should be the first and the middle name should be represented only by initials like M dot, K dot, and then this G has to be capital Gandhi. That's it. So always remember that for the first name and for the middle name, we represent them always using the, initials, that M dot, K dot. For this last name here, we represent them by the full basic name. So this is the main goal of the problem. Hope you understood. Now let us look at the code for the approach that we have just discussed. First, we input the string, and after we input the string, what we do is we process character by character. Let's now go into the working assumption that the string that we are processing is actually Mahatma Gandhi, like this, space separated. Now, what should be the output for this? We know that the output for this string should actually be M dot space G capital, like this. This should be our output, where we capitalize the first letter, first initial, have a dot, then have a space, and then have the first letter of Gandhi capital. This should be our output. We know this. Now, what we first need to do in order to establish this is we need to extract word by word. Basically, space is our delimiter here to know how to differentiate between words. So we know that there is a space here, which means that from the starting till the time we encounter a space, that constitutes a word. So Mahatma is the first word because we process character by character until we reach a space. So that's exactly what we do here. We have a variable word to store each word as we are processing it. And then what is a word? A word is nothing but a sequence of characters. So if our current character at the index I in the string s, it is not equal to space, till then append the character to the word variable, which means first it encounters M. Is M space? No. Then you add M to your word variable. Then A is encountered. So is A space? No. So then MA, word has MA now. Then H is encountered, word has MAH. Then A is encountered, word has MAHA. Then MAHAT, MATM, and then MAHATMA, Mahatma. The full word is stored in the word variable. Then when we go to the next character, we actually encounter a space. Because we encounter a space, this condition fails and we go into the else condition. So remember, when we come into the else condition, we have a full word with us. So we have the word Mahatma. So we know in the sample input what we just saw, we know that there might be a case where some of these characters are capital also. So first, to make sure that we make the whole word small case by using the transform function and applying it on a range from beginning of the word to the end of the word, make every character small by using the to lower function. Now you can rewrite this in any way you want, and this was just the shortest way, but you could also process character by character, make each word, write a loop for that, make each word to lower, and then append the word, I mean append the character by character to form the lowercase word. So you can do it by any method, but mainly what we are doing is once we have a word with us, we are going to make that word completely lowercase, so that if this is capital, now we have Mahatma all small, just as an intermediate step. Then what we do is we check. We know that how do we, there are many ways to check whether a character is uppercase or lowercase. One such way is by using the ASCII code. If the ASCII code of the character is greater than 97 or less than 122, it basically means that it is in small case. We know that basically, I mean, this is a redundant check because we anyway make the word small case here, but just so that for your understanding, this check, what it does here is we check whether a particular character is lowercase by checking its ASCII value. If the ASCII value of a character is between 65 and 90, it means that the character is uppercase. If the ASCII code is between 97 and 122, it means it is in lowercase. Now what we need to do is we need to basically change the lowercase, the first character. Now what will word store? So right now our word variable stores Mahatma. After we make everything to lowercase, it stores Mahatma. Now what we need to do is we need to make this M capital. We don't care about the rest of the word. We just have to make the starting character capital and add a dot to the next of that. So that is exactly what we do. Word 0 denotes the starting character M. We need to make this M capital. And how do we do this? This is another piece of information that if we want to quickly convert a character from lowercase to uppercase or vice versa, now we can just subtract 32 if we want to convert it from lowercase to uppercase. So like I told you, the ASCII code for capital letter is nothing but 65 to 90. 65 to 90. This is for capital letters. For small letters, it is from 97 to 122. In order to convert from a lowercase to an uppercase here, we can directly use the function, or we can take this ASCII code and subtract 32. So the ASCII code for lowercase a is 97. If we need to convert that to uppercase a, we just need to subtract 32. 97 minus 32 equal to 65. That's what we do here. It's just a fancy way of telling that you have a lowercase character, convert it to uppercase. So after this, what will our answer be? Our answer will be basically M capital. That's all will be there, because we don't do anything with the rest of the word. We just take the first character, we know it's lowercase here because of this, and we convert it to uppercase. After we convert this word, this character into uppercase, we need to append M. So after this, what will be our answer? Our answer will be nothing but M dot. Then we add a space because we know that there needs to be a delimiter between words. So now currently our answer variable is capital M, a dot and a space. Then we need to make our word space. We need to clear our word, not space. We need to clear our word because in the next iteration, we need to make this variable ready to store the next word. Now our word was Mahatma. Now what was our input, what we just wrote on top? It was Mahatma Gandhi. So next, after similar fashion, our word variable will store Gandhi like this. Then again we come down and we make Gandhi smaller case. It's anyway smaller case. Then again we make basically now this is a very important condition here. Will we enter the else condition? Please pause for a minute and find out a mistake in what I just told you. Now I told you, like, the first part everything is fine, M dot everything is fine. When word becomes Gandhi, will we enter this else condition? This is a question for you. Will we enter the else condition if word is Gandhi? If you just take one look at it, you might say, hey, yes, I mean, it's a next word, so this will be stored in word variable and we come to else. But no, why will we not enter this else condition for the word Gandhi? That is because what controls our else condition? The existence of a space controls our else condition. When we encounter a space, we know that a word has been calibrated in our word variable and we need to process it, so we come down. But for the last word of every string, we concatenate character by character until we encounter a space. So we go till here, till Gandhi we go. But after this, there is no space. So this else condition gets evaluated now only when there is a space. So if SI equal to space, it comes to else condition. Once my word variable stores the last word of the sentence, in this case Gandhi, there is no else condition here. So what we do is outside the for loop, we do for the last word. This is very, very important. So for the last word of the string, we need to separately process it for the last word of the string. And this is also beneficial in our case because we are going to do different processing for the last word. So what is this question? For every other word except the last word, we are going to represent it using the initial. So this works out in our favor because now what all this will do is this will process the intermediate words, the first word, second word, it will process if existence is there for those words. For the last word, what we're going to do is we're going to make it lowercase as usual. Then we are going to make the first character uppercase and take the whole word. So what this does is this makes the first word capital. It becomes like this now. This makes everything small case. So this becomes Gandhi here. And then after that we come down, we make the starting character uppercase Gandhi. Then our answer already had M dot space. So after this it will be M dot space then Gandhi here. This is exactly what we want, right? So we got our output in answer and we output it. So there are many important things to take away from this question. One part was using the ASCII code, we can check whether any character is uppercase or lowercase. The second part was to convert from uppercase to lowercase without using any function. By subtracting 32, we can convert from lowercase to uppercase. This was the second part. The third part was if we use an approach by taking the existence of a space in order to store the words, the last word will never be processed because you never enter the else condition, because the else condition gets entered only on the existence of a space. That is why we need separate processing here for the last word. A question to you is, without having this separate processing, can you handle it? This is a question to you. Pause it for a second and think. Yes, just if I add a space here, will it solve my problem? This is a question to you, and let me know in the comments below. If I just add a space to my existing string, will my separate processing of the last word be eliminated? This is a question to you. Now what we do is after we process everything, we need to do three things according to the question. If you have a first name or a middle name, we need to represent it using the initial. And initial is nothing but the starting character of the word. Then we need to add a dot next to it. We do exactly that. We take for every word that is not the last word. So the last word, we know we have to take the full last word. For every word that is not the last word, we have to represent it using initials, and that's exactly what we do here by taking the first character, appending a dot, appending a space. So we have the initials now. After we have the initials in using our for loop, we come down and process the last word separately. And for the last word, what we do is we first make the last word lowercase. Then we take the first character of the last word, make that uppercase, like here from Gandhi, you make it G capital Gandhi, and then we append our full word Gandhi to our existing initial list, what we had M dot. So M dot Gandhi. So this was the problem, and hope this was clear. Hey guys, that was it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't yet done this, this is a gentle reminder to hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in competitive programming and data structures, this channel is a one-stop solution for you. See you in the next video. Bye.